Hello there, this is Sean speaking, and today I'm going to be going over the foldable demonstration and how to make the foldable for this particular class. The content that I'll be talking about is something pretty simple: planets in the solar system and the difference between terrestrial and Jovian. And so for today, with the lesson that we'll be going over, one of the things I want to happen in the classroom is for the students to make foldables while going over the lesson. So my plan is to be talking about the differences in the very beginning of the class, and I'll be doing a lecture for about maybe 10 to 15 minutes. It shouldn't take any longer than that. And while I'm discussing about what I'm talking about over the lesson, I'd like the students to be engaged and to be creating a foldable and writing about information as I talk to them about it in the foldable. And so what I have here is a demonstration of the foldable that I made. Sorry for lack of construction paper, these are trying times. So any students can use any sort of paper, excuse me, regular construction, what have you. It's a fairly simple foldable. All it is just you take a regular side here, and all I'd like for the students to do is to fold it in half. It's what's called hot dog style. So just bend it in the middle, and it opens like that. And so, yes, it seems extremely basic in this case for it to be foldables. I know that there are different types and different sorts, and this one's fairly simple. But I like this one in particular because going over the lesson for solar system planets, terrestrial and Jovian, when you open it up, want the kids to draw about what we're talking about and the planets in order. So starting with our sun, and then going out Mercury, Venus, Earth, etc. In the middle, I'd like to have the students draw the asteroid belt that makes, that puts in the middle the difference of the terrestrial planets and then the Jovian. So, that sort of happens in real life, that there's, something to remember by the little barrier of the asteroid belt is where, before that we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars are the terrestrial planets. And then there's an asteroid field in between Mars and Jupiter. And then, after the asteroid belt, there's the Jovian planets, starting with Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And so that, helps out with this sort of foldable too. You have the terrestrials here, it's located on the top, terrestrial, and then, students can draw the planets. What I have on top here is terrestrial on this side, some information and differences about terrestrial planets here, such as them being rocky, smaller, a couple moons to pretty much none. And we have the asteroid belt in the middle, and then we have Jovian. And then from there, we have the students draw the planets, and same thing, information on the top, differences compared to the terrestrial, and this gets the students to see the differences right then and there, so that if they're taking a quick quiz later, they can use their notes and they have it right away. Or if they're not able to take notes, it's something very simple to remember, that they remember before the asteroid belt in the middle. On the left side was the terrestrial. They were rocky, only Earth had water, a couple moons. On the right side of the paper, on the right side of the asteroid belt, was the Jovian. They're the gas planets, the larger ones. They're farther away from the sun. And so that's what I came up with for this particular foldable. It doesn't take too long. It's fairly simple. And it gets kids to be creative. When they're listening and taking notes, I would like to have the kids, color the planets their own ways, have them be creative in it, as long as they're taking notes that are accurate and correct and pertain to what's being taught in the lesson, and that's what I want out of it. But the foldable gets them working kinesthetically, it gets them involved. They could add their own colors, notes that they want, so it gets them to remember, makes it more of a connection to them. And yeah, and it's fairly simple. It's not too crazy, too elaborate of a foldable. It's just normal sheet of paper you fold in a half hot dog style. And I think kids will like that too. It's not too difficult. Make things easy for them. And that's about it. Thank you.